what to expect over the next 1 to 3 days or so energetically in the world. Well, I'm here to tell you, Google One, everyone. I'm Aurea Eden, and this is your daily predictions, your news before the news. Google One is my way of saying good, blessed, and wonderful, and that's what I hope you have today. So I am getting repeat energy here. This day is going to feel like we just had something similar just happened not too long ago. So I'm seeing some stuff that we visited maybe about, I'm going to say maybe about a month or so ago. We're going to see that coming in again. So this day is going to be filled with leadership, taking precedence, newness, taking precedence, service, organization, and working on the self. So self-reflection as well. So it's about balancing work and life is the energy coming in, is what I'm feeling here. And so for the most part, I'm seeing some people may find this day to be a bit boring. But that's only for those who are not using this energy wisely, because if you're using this energy wisely, then you're being productive and you're focusing on the foundation of things. When you start something new, typically you start the planning process first before you go straight into it. So this is a day to, when I say prioritize your to-do list and make sure you're drawing out your visions, creating a vision board so that you know where you're headed. And those who plan, typically they end up being the ones that end up succeeding. Yes, they take long to do it, but they end up doing it. Now, there are the habitual planners too. Sometimes, me with this good old 4 energy, okay, like my numbers are 4449, okay? I was born with those numbers. Those are the same numbers that Buddha had. So if you're wondering what kind of spirit I have the same kind of spirit as Buddha had, okay? To where I have that, how I tell you, I often isolate. That's what Buddha did, okay? What do they call it? Ascetics, I think that's what they call them. They're typically people who isolate themselves, and they typically choose a life of pretty much kind of like the monk's life, okay? So that's the life path that I've been on, and it's actually set for organization and balance, and that's why I'm so big on it. But when you're purposed to do something, it's like that's what your training is in. And so my training has been in this organization and this balance. And so the lessons that I've had to learn have been quite the interesting, I would say, quite the interesting. And so, but it's about planning. So those consequences of not planning, oh, do I know it? And I know what happens when you go out there without a plan. Yes, you are to take the risk. Yes, you are to take somewhat of a risk, knowing that things are going to work out for your good nonetheless. But it's not any kind of risk. It's a calculated risk, right? It's a calculated risk. See, sometimes people be out here taking all kinds of risk and then having to suffer consequences, but they don't just put themselves at risk. They put others at risk too. But calculated risk is almost like, how can I do this without causing anybody else harm? Because those are not my intentions. Calculated risk is doing as little harm to yourself and as little harm to others. You see, it's maximizing your potential and minimizing the consequences of your actions. So that's what being organized and strategic and drafting out those plans will help you do. So isolating is something that I tell you, it's even a good time to do that, to isolate when you go through those periods of times to where you are exhausted and you're tired, because now it's time for spirit to fill you up, because you were out here filling everybody else's cup. And so now it's your time to get some of that goodness. You know, I had that moment here recently to where I was like that. I was like, well, shoot. And it felt so uncomfortable because I'm used to doing everything for everybody else. And then now it's my time for y'all to do this for me, okay? And so when it's time for people to start feeding me, sometimes that was uncomfortable. And I'm like, wait a minute. Get out my energy. Who told you that? I don't need you to be looking. Stop prying for you see something I don't want you to see. But that's a lie, because y'all know I don't keep no secrets. I tell you everything because I ain't ashamed of nothing. I told you about my experiments with drugs. I done told you about my homelessness. I done told you about them no good men that I used to date. I done told you about the abuse. Baby, I don't got nothing to hide. I tell you everything. And that's why I say, because when you feel like you got something to hide, that's when the devil feel like he got something to use against you. And he will try to use it against you. But that's when I tell, see, people that try to do stuff to the point to where they jeopardize their future based on what somebody tells them or try to bring to the public about them, that's only because they were people pleasing. But when you're purposeful, you're not people pleasing. I'm going to do it regardless of what you say. I'm going to do it regardless of what you bring my way. I have just learned through everything that I've gone through to tell people you're going to need a poison stronger than that. So that's what you got to tell people these days. When they try to bring up your past, you're going to need a poison stronger than that. I didn't go through everything that I went through for you to stop me with a rumor, for you to stop me with some gossip, for you to stop me with your pettiness. I went through everything that I've gone through because now I know what the bottom looks like, and I know there's nothing lower than what I've gone through. So when you know there's nothing lower than what you have already gone through, you know the only way up is up. The only way now that you can go, the only way up is up. Okay, I didn't say that wrong. The only way up is up. If it's up, then it's up. Okay, then it's up. Then it's up. Okay, the only way up from here is up, my friend. You know what the bottom looks like. You know what you've gone through. And look, this is why you got to get them out of your energy, because when it's all said and done, when you went through what you went through, who was there with you? And if you had somebody there with you, focus on them. But you focusing on them don't give them a right to control what you got going on now. You see? But I'm going to speak from my perspective. When I was going through what I went through, nobody was there for me. They weren't there for me. I went through it by myself for the most part. Okay? By myself. When I was out there on those streets, I was out there on the streets by myself. Okay? Nobody was there. When I lost my child, I buried my child. I had to go through that by myself. You see what I'm saying? I had to go through that by myself. Nobody was there to hold my hand. Now, granted, I'm going to give my family props. The reason why is because I stayed in California. They live in Texas. But even then, I've had to go through a lot of things by myself. But that's what I told you about that 4 energy. Sometimes you have to learn the consequences for your own actions. That's what long suffering is about. When you are here to do something great in the world, when you're here to lead and you're here to be in a service organization, when you're here to do this type of stuff, you're going to go through a difficult situation, and it's not for your woe is me. It is for your benefit that you will see later on if you continue to be. If you allow yourself to go farther enough in life, you're going to see that play out for you. I can tell you that. I can guarantee that. I can guarantee that it's going to work out for your good. The stuff that you've gone through. Because I know the stuff that we go through, there are lessons to learn. And see, a lot of times when we're younger, we don't get that because we only know what we have been taught this whole time. We only know what we've been seeing. And we're still stuck in the box. So that's why I say you got to get them out of your head so that you can focus and concentrate on what you need to do purposefully so. Because if you are the chosen, and if you're looking at me and you're talking to me right now, you're listening to me, I guarantee that you are chosen. And you being chosen, you being high priest and you being high priestess, you being preachers, teachers, prophets, whatever name you want to put on it, you being chosen. For many are called, but few are chosen. And I'm talking now to the chosen. So for you that are chosen, you have suffered long. Because you have been in training long. You're not here for just anything. It's your new start. It's your time, my friend. And you got to take it back because like when it's all said and done, like I said, nobody was there for you, so it's your time. So this energy is repeat energy. I'm getting a little bit of police and politics now. Later on in AM, there seems like there's going to be a lot going on. Today is going to be a busy day. That's why I don't understand why people are going to be bored, because it's going to be a pretty much a little busy day, humid day, but busy. Something about maybe some kind of award ceremony or something taking place. Goji, this energy actually, it never really came to fruition like I think it wanted to, and that's why we're seeing this repeat energy here. So I'm seeing goji, like I told you something about goji berries, tea. Seeing something about goji berries, the stuff that they make tea. So this has an association with China. So this is talk about the China and the trade and the tariffs, that type coming in over the next 1 or 3 days or so. All right. I'm also seeing stuff coming in about jets. So we're going to see something in the news coming up about a jet. This could be a jet needing some kind of assistance. This could be, I'm not certain just yet, but this could be a jet crash, but something coming up. We'll hear something coming up about a jet. Could even be Jet Magazine, but I feel like it might, more than likely, it's going to be like jets back in the air. Okay. Definitely trade talk with China, because I'm picking up a lot of China talk. China, and then something coming in about Spain as well. Or walking, possible marching to a certain extent, just having something to do with the legs. So every day, like the energy affects different parts of the body. And so today, what we'll see in the news over the next 1 to 3 days is something highlight, the energy is going to highlight the legs, more so specifically walking. It's going to target pedestrians in some kind of way. Okay. Okay. Also, this is a day to where you want to take care of your animals here. Take care of your animals. I know what energy this is. Okay, this is a day to where you want to take care of your waters. It's going to get hot. It's going to get warm in certain places. So you might want to make sure they have water and shelter sufficient enough to handle this heat, and have shade sufficient enough for the heat as well. If you're in a rainy area today, you want to make sure they have adequate shelter. Okay, because I am getting stuff coming in about that, and people like using other people as scapegoats. Somebody might try to use you as a scapegoat, or somebody might try to use somebody as a scapegoat, and we'll see that in the news over the next 1 to 3 days or 4. Okay, somebody trying to use somebody else to get out of something. Now, I told you you remember when I told you there was going to be like a stabbing incident in prison, and I was saying there was something going on in the prisons. I feel like somebody was planning something in the prison, and I was like, you need to beef up your security. Well, who is that? Tory Lanez, who is serving a 10-year sentence for the situation that he shot Megan Thee Stallion in the foot, okay, at this party. Well, he was attacked in prison. I want to say, I think it happened on Monday. Like, I think it happened on Monday. It either happened on Sunday or Monday. Now, I told you about that, when was that? I told you that, either on Mother's Day or before Mother's Day. That actually this energy might have came in way before that, but I was like, look, beef up that security, you know? So he really lucked out, because from what I saw, they were really going to try to take him out. They were really trying to take him out, because honestly, from what I saw, I really didn't see him walking away from that. But don't prayer change some things? Prayer can change some things. And when I tell you, but I don't feel like they're done. Yeah. So you might want to put him in isolation, because I don't feel like they're done. I feel like they might try this again. I don't feel like it's a coincidence. Okay. And I'm just saying, I don't feel like it is. Okay, so I'm seeing this coming in, this type of energy. So someone could also be doing a foolish act here. I see something coming in up about sports. So sports is also going to be something highlighted as well. I'm not sure which sports industry this is yet, but I know that sports is going to take precedence in the news, but it's talking about a sports player. I'm seeing derogatory terms. I'm seeing derogatory terms coming in over the next 1 to 3 days. Okay. Mites and bites. So, grain could be affected by small organisms, because I picked up on organisms the other day. Energetically, there's stuff going on about mites and bites. And you remember I told you about the diatomaceous earth here. Picking up accounting coming in, something about AI we'll hear, because over the next 1 or 3 days or 4, because energetically, this energy is bringing in setting the environment for AI, in a sense, setting that conversation to be had. Okay, did y'all see that video? And it was 2 guys. I guess they were working on a robot. I don't know what they had going on, but they had that robot in secured on this thing, like they had it chained up or something. All of a sudden that robot starts swinging at them, fighting is what I picked up here. That's kind of the same energy that I'm picking up here. It's kind of like that AI situation. It could be that type of thing, to where they try to find out ways to prevent that from happening. But when you go I digress. I ain't talking about that. So anyway, I see a lot going in about like I said, stab and pierce and prick, and that's why I was talking about Tory Lanez earlier, because I see stabbing energy coming in. And so I feel like this is something that is likely to happen today with all the stab energy, because energetically there's people, we are close to a full moon still, but people are going to be lurking about, seeking whom they can devour today. All right. It might not be as bad as it was over the last few days, but I still see that energy. So when it comes down to it, it's not all the way out the water yet. We're not out of the water when it comes down to this mass transitions, people being transitioned out into spirit. It's not done yet here. I'm also picking up on fancy cars. Talks about fancy cars, alcohol. Like I said, China talk. This could have something to do with the tariffs as well. I'll share that other video with you too, to where I elaborate more on some of this stuff. Like I said, this is repeat energy. I just visited this not too long ago. So I've already predicted it. It's just going to happen again. Okay, some of the stuff that we saw already happen, it's likely to happen again. I'm seeing a lot about artificial things, artificial. So we talked about artificial intelligence, artificial food, artificial bait. Anything artificial is what we're going to be seeing. Artificial friends, that fake stuff, that unreal stuff, I see this type of stuff coming in. Also, trolling people in social media and stuff like that. As they always do that, but when it's in the energy, it becomes intensified. I'm also seeing physical workout. Like I said, this is a day to manage work and life. So I see physical workout, but I also see the physical exercise of thing. But I also see, like, this is where I said, I see like elbows and, like, I feel like I see fighting. Okay. Is what I see. I see fighting again over the next 1 to 3 days or so. Okay. So good time to get your peppers in the ground is what I'm seeing here. Or something coming in about peppers. It could be planting peppers or harvesting peppers. I planted some peppers, and I see the first little pepper just trying to form. It's just like a little bitty, look like it might be a jalapeno, but I see my little pepper trying to form up. Go on, pepper. And so I'm seeing that you want to take note and jot down everything today. Like you want, okay, not everything, but you want to jot down most of the stuff today. I'm seeing you want to write some stuff down, because you never know when that stuff can come in handy. Because some people might be like, well, you said this or you did that. No, you take your own minutes. Go ahead and take the minutes in your life and take your own minutes and write down what you got going on, because some people, they be trying it. And so basically keep the receipts. Keep the receipts. Okay. You're going to need those receipts. Even when it comes down to dealing with people in business, you're going to need those receipts. Okay. All right. Also, graduations. A lot of students graduating here over the next 1 to 3 days or so that I'm seeing here. So I'm seeing graduations taking place. And so congratulations, all of you that are graduating this year. You did it, friend. They said you wouldn't make it. They said you wouldn't be here today. What they say? They said you wouldn't mount up to anything. But I'm glad to say that you're on your way. Hey, and you're growing more and more each day. Yes, my friend, you did that. And so keep up the good work. So congratulations. And this is not even just high school student. This is college student, boo. You did that. Not only did you graduate high school, not only did you get your GED, but you went on and you furthered your education. Okay. So you gone with your bad self, but you know, those accolades are for you. Those accolades are for you. Just to know what you can do. You was never doing it to please them. You was doing it for you. But it always feels good because, I was in content mastery growing up. And it always feels good when somebody called me stupid, dumb, crazy. I'd be like, baby, what? You better check my credentials. You better check my footwork. Okay, I might act stupid sometimes. I might stutter sometimes, but your girl got 5 degrees and then some. You better know that thing, okay? It always feels that's when I got time for it, okay? Sometimes I even got time for it, okay? Sometimes I got, baby, I got a master's degree in business. So you better try that again. Who you calling stupid this time, boo? I got time for it, okay? They said I wouldn't make it. But I'm glad to say, did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that Patty come out of my voice? But I'm glad to say that I'm on my highway way. And I'm growing more and more each day. That's what you gotta do. You did that, boo. All right, y'all know I'm a character. You singing too, Victory? Victory, they said you wouldn't make it. They did say that, didn't they, friend? Okay, anywho. She be trying to sing. She be trying to sing too. You ought to hear him. But anyways, back at it, y'all. So I'm seeing like these villains, these monsters out and about seeking whom. The devil's got his minions out today. So it's still a hostile day, even though we're at the beginning of a cycle, a new beginning. Okay. That's why this is a good time to focus on home. Focus on those that are close to you over the next 1 to 3 days or so. I'm also seeing a pistol and a revolver. So a lot of shooting incidents, a lot of stabbing incidents. I'm not speaking it, I'm seeing it. All right. I'm not speaking it, I'm seeing it. And what I mean by that, that's not a curse. That's not me cursing. That's me predicting and prophesying what I'm seeing. I only know what I'm told. And I'm told that's what the energy is going to be. All right. And I don't know everything. But it hit somewhere in that ballpark. So, be grateful for all of the accomplishments that you have made, because some people didn't make it that far. Some people, when they told them that they would never make it, guess what they did? They believed it. And guess what they did? They stopped. Guess what they did? They took themselves out. Guess what they did? They gave up. They gave up. But not you, boo. Not you. You kept going. So, yes, you deserve every single accolade that you have. You deserve every single. Okay. And spirit is agreeing. They're like, okay, let me go ahead and give you some confirmation. You deserve all of that, boo. All of that. Why they did that, I don't even know, because my animals are locked up. They're not even in the street today. All right, so I'm seeing here like gain and earn and win. It is your winning season. Trust and stop all that noise. Thank you very much. Okay. Oh man. But it is your winning season. Okay. But I just looked down and I saw something, because I need to cut this grass down, my friend. And I see snake in the energy today, monsters and weasels. I saw this big old whatever it was the other day. I was like, what is that climbing that tree? I know that ain't no squirrel. Anyways, I'm on one today. But anyways, that's the energy that I'm seeing here. So I'm also seeing this is your time to recover. This is your time to get it back. You're going to get back what you lost. This is redeeming energy. You know, you're going to recoup back. You're going to retrieve back. This is what I'm saying. If you was last before, this is going to be your opportunity to be catapulted to the first spot, to be the first center at the first position. The it's going to change. Okay. It's going to change is what I'm seeing here. So good for you that you didn't give up. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. I tell you this is repeat energy because I wonder if this is the time to where that day my uncle passed away, because I see here where it says come along. And it said, you know, that song I sung, come along, my friends, come along, get aboard and ride this train. Nothing on this train to lose, everything to gain. So, baby, you caught your train. That's the Canon Spirituals. But, baby, you caught your train. Okay. And some people, they didn't get on the train with you, did they? But now, in the words of my friend Pastor Lindaria, baby, they gonna have to watch you eat. Because they decided not to get aboard and ride that train. But that's okay. They can catch another one. Don't feel bad. Don't be sorry. You keep going, okay? All right. So now, also reunions, okay? People coming back and reuniting with their loved ones, okay? This could even be like a relationship coming back and trying again. But if they don't come back with that correct energy, if it was that bad, if they were narcissistic, watch how they come back, because I'm seeing domestic violence in this energy. I'm seeing pistols and revolvers. So sometimes they come back. They don't come back with the best intentions. They come back to try to take you out. So if you know that it wasn't good for you then, don't go back into it again. Trust me, my friend. Save yourself that heartache, that pain, that headache, and learn that lesson now. And do not go back into a situation to where you know that they ain't contributed to you in no kind of way, no shape, no form, no nothing. And they ain't got nothing to contribute to you in no kind of shape, no way, no form, no nothing. Don't think that it's going to change in 4 days, that they're all of a sudden going to get it together and they done treated you poorly, mean and surly for 10 years. I mean, it's your choice. I'm not here to control you. I'm here to love you through it, but I'm just telling you what I know.